You might have heard the quote, getting the right content to the right people at the right time. So what that is referring to is So if you're trying to start your marketing agency or any type of online business, you might have already delved a little bit into what digital marketing is. And while you were doing that, you might have heard of the terms inbound marketing and outbound marketing. So those are two things that I want to talk about today. So inbound marketing. So what is inbound marketing? As the name suggests, it is marketing that is inbound, of course, and it's also referred to as pull marketing or consumer-driven marketing because as the name suggests, you are pulling in your potential customers, clients, or audience through these strategies. Now, what is outbound marketing? Outbound marketing, also referred to as push marketing or marketer-driven marketing, is the type of marketing you might have already been familiar with and the type of marketing you might not even like already, which is when you have a lot of ads and so on, but we'll go into that. So from HubSpot, one of the kings of inbound marketing and one of the first online blogs about inbound marketing who do it very, very well, of course, you might have heard the quote, getting the right content to the right people at the right time. So what that is referring to is with inbound marketing, one of the core principle of inbound marketing is providing informational content and providing value to your specific audience and addressing their pain points at the right stage of their buyer's journey. Now, there was a handful of vocabulary there that you might not be familiar with. I can always go through that in another video, but I highly suggest checking out HubSpot and taking their inbound marketing course. It's only 2 to 4 hours and free. It's also what I have every single new hire at my own agency take before starting any kind of work. So what are some examples of inbound marketing that you can implement for your marketing agency or your online business? There is, of course, a blog, specialized blog in a specific industry, niche, sector, whatever the case is. It's writing informational content, providing value to your potential audience or your potential market or your potential clients, your buyer's persona, and addressing the pain points that they have and any questions that they might be looking for answers for. Also, search engine optimization, highly tied directly to your blog. If you are writing a blog, of course, you should be focusing on the quality of content, but you cannot ignore SEO. Some other examples of inbound marketing are email marketing, not to be confused with spam or cold outreach, cold email marketing campaigns, but marketing campaigns, email marketing campaigns where the subscriber or the user or the recipient has opted in to your email marketing. I would consider that to be a form of inbound marketing. Search engine advertising or search ads. This one, a lot of people are on the fence about, but for me, I believe it could be both. And for inbound marketing, one of the reasons why I think it can be part of inbound marketing is because you are planning out your search engine advertising campaigns or your search ads based on the end user's search intent. So based on their keywords, the types of questions they're asking, you're able to address those right away. And that also can be a form of inbound marketing, in my opinion. There's also infographics, ebooks, white papers. All of these things would be addressing specific questions or pain points that your buyer's persona or your target market and audience have. And also case studies, webinars, videos like what I'm doing right now. This might be a form of inbound marketing, but there's a lot of things out there that you can do that would fall in line with what inbound marketing is. Just remember that you're trying to create valuable content that your buyer's persona needs or wants based on their pain points. And so what are some examples of outbound marketing? With outbound marketing, the traditional form of advertising used over many, many decades now, you've seen billboards every day, magazines, radio commercials, TV commercials. Those can all be considered forms of outbound marketing. But when it comes to the digital world, as mentioned earlier, cold outreach is another form of outbound marketing. And also mentioned before, search ads. While I believe they can be used as inbound marketing techniques, they can also be used as an outbound marketing strategy. Of course, display ads, you see them every day while you're browsing or surfing the net. And also events. Well, after COVID, while events mainly were offline after the COVID situation, now events can be held online through various SaaS platforms where you can have summits and full events all online from home. Now, for your agency or your online business, you don't have the funds to do every single marketing strategy and address every single channel out there. And so you really need to pinpoint and maximize the small amount of capital, or maybe you have a lot of capital, but the small amount of capital that you have. And for me, I'm only going to talk about what worked for me. It might not be the same case for you, but when you look at my agency, 90% of the clients that we closed have come from inbound marketing. They have come from our blog. They've come from seeing us on or searching for something on Google. And so I'm a big fan of inbound marketing. That is where I'm shifting all of my focus today. However, it doesn't mean you should ignore outbound. Now, with outbound marketing, what has worked for me was mainly cold outreach. So we have cold outreach campaigns running all day, and the rate of closing, or the conversion rate for my cold outreach campaigns, relatively low. But the thing is, even if it's, let's say, 1%, and we are sending out 1,000, 10,000 emails a month, that 1% covers any investment that we have invested into all of our cold outreach campaigns. So cold outreach campaigns can be very, very beneficial, especially if you have some high ticket services or expensive services, or the costs are relatively high. Those are some things that I'm doing right now. So those are two. And if I had to give a suggestion or let you know how I've split my resources and time when it comes to inbound versus outbound at our agency, for me, I have around 80% allocated into focusing on inbound and only around 20% focused on outbound. And then when it comes to the results, like I mentioned earlier, 90% is coming from inbound. So how can you get started for your marketing agency or your online business? For me, I would suggest focusing on inbound marketing because it's a long-term thing and it takes a lot of work, right? It's not easy to create quality content, but also don't ignore outbound. I know that doesn't help that much, but focus on inbound for the long term. And if you need some faster results, outbound marketing is an aspect you can't ignore, and it is faster. However, for me, I'm just a big fan of inbound, and even for outbound marketing, without that core foundation of inbound marketing strategies and techniques and value, cold outbound will not do as well. So how can you get started? Here are some ways to get started with inbound marketing techniques and strategies for your business. One, coming up with some lead magnets to start getting people or potential customers into your funnel, your marketing or sales funnel, with ebooks, white papers, and also focusing on your blog, providing a lot of informational content for your audience. And so with the blog and the value that you create through your writing, you should also focus 100%, over 50% at least, in my opinion, on SEO. It just goes hand in hand together. It doesn't mean you keep pumping out a bunch of keyword stuff, irrelevant blog posts, but you want to continue providing great value through your blog, but you also want to be seen, and to be seen on Google or any other search engine, you have to respect that algorithm and focus on certain aspects of proper SEO technique, which we can go into in another video down the road. Now, as I mentioned earlier, with search advertising, I do believe it can be part of your inbound strategy, and you should leverage search engine advertising if you have a little bit of extra capital to invest, and leverage that by running search ads on the things that I just mentioned. So the lead magnet or the blog, all of these inbound marketing techniques or strategies with the search advertising, getting that seen and ranked, or not ranked, but shown on the SERP or the search engine ranking page, so that you can get the foot in the door for potential clients and push them down your sales or marketing funnel. So that's my quick video on inbound versus outbound for your digital marketing agency or your online business. I hope it helped, and if you have any questions on what worked for me, please leave them in the comments so that I have a better idea of how I can provide more valuable content for you guys. Thank you.